Good day, everyone. My name is Matthew Wendel. I'm a Principal Solutions Architect here at Simform. Today, I'm very excited to show you how our product NeuVantage is transforming the way that legacy applications are modernized into Microsoft Azure, turning a process that used to take months into just a matter of days. Imagine this. You're overseeing a 10-year-old application. It has certainly demonstrated itself over the years as being a profitable and mission-critical portion of your business. Unfortunately, it's stuck running on local and outdated infrastructure, deeply rooted into the systems it was designed for, and is quickly scaling beyond the confines of the hosts that it runs on. Technical debt is mounting before your eyes, and you're facing the pressure to maintain its longevity. Your CEO wants it in the cloud, your CFO wants to know the cost, and your CTO wants to know the plan, the risks, and the timeline, and they all want it yesterday. With NeuVantage, this seemingly mountainous plan that would normally take weeks to render can be completed in just a few minutes. A deep discovery through your application's codebase and documentation is quickly converted into an intelligently thought-out action plan. We reveal the business benefits of modernizing the application, the cost savings in doing so, and the challenges that you might face along the way, all enabling you to paint a well-informed picture for the future state of your legacy application. Let me show you how NeuVantage can accomplish all of this in a few simple clicks. We start by clicking the New Report button in the top right of our Assessments page to begin a new analysis. NeuVantage then asks you to provide the name of the GitHub repository that you'd like to analyze. If your codebase isn't hosted on GitHub, no worries. You can also upload a zip file directly to the system as well. While NeuVantage scans our repository, let me tell you about what's going to happen behind the scenes. NeuVantage is scanning every line of code, every configuration file, and every dependency, not just within our main repository, but also within any downstream submodules and referenced packages as well. As you can see, we've successfully connected our repository on GitHub, and we select the code branch that we'd like to analyze. We then provide authentication secrets for your Azure tenant. This configuration is optional, but will be used by NeuVantage for capacity and cost analysis features within the assessment directly against your Microsoft Azure tenant. After providing all of this information, NeuVantage is ready to get started. We can click on the Create Assessment button to begin the analysis. Once initiated, within just a few minutes, we'll be able to view the complete suite of insights on how your legacy application can be modernized within Microsoft Azure. Once our analysis is completed, we can click the View Report button to display the insights that NeuVantage has compiled. We first land on the project explanation page, a full overview of the application's purpose, value, audience, and technical approach. NeuVantage has also performed an assessment against your codebase. This assessment includes industry-standard evaluations that give a baseline for modernization readiness, such as licensing, specific hardware requirements, application resiliency, and much, much more. The answers in this assessment are accompanied by scores that represent your application's fitness within each of the specific inquiries, and the confidence our analysis had in assigning those scores. The assessment also contains a detailed cost savings analysis that shows you just how much you can save by moving your application into Azure, coupled with a cost breakdown of Azure resources required to keep your application going with an estimated monthly cost. A ready-to-use Terraform script is created that enables you to quickly provision the infrastructure required by your application, along with a hardware and cost breakdown for each of the proposed resources. NeuVantage has compiled a comprehensive code quality review, addressing any outstanding issues that could hinder your application's maintainability, but also highlights development strengths and recommendations through code smells to better the experience of future development and improve the time it takes for features to reach production. Before deploying any application to the cloud, taking steps to ensure your organization's security posture is critical. NeuVantage does just that, quickly highlighting any vulnerabilities, risks, and providing recommended remediation steps. It also assesses your application's overall security score, giving you a clear path forward towards improving it. Now, back to the needs of your leadership. Modernization is great, but how do we define the clear business advantages in doing so? NeuVantage's analysis provides a comprehensive breakdown of the benefits behind the resources the cloud affords your organization, a clear mapping of the technical debt, how it's being resolved, and how it faces your application's elasticity, all organized and sorted neatly by priority. This section also includes a compliance checklist to ensure that you're able to adhere to any of the industry standards that may be imposed on the data or procedures that your application is responsible for. Now we get to the fun part, the infrastructure design. We start by presenting our assumption of the application's current infrastructure, highlighting any of the potential limitations behind it. Next, we move towards our recommendations for the infrastructure in the cloud, painting a picture for both containerized and non-containerized approaches in doing so. For each recommendation type, we list the Azure resource that would be introduced to host your application, as well as any backup and scaling configurations that would be applied to said resources. It also includes a cost breakdown, the SKU, and the billing period for each one of the proposed resources. Next, we move to the wafer section. NeuVantage performs what's known as a well-architected framework review, or wafer for short, a systematic and structured evaluation of cloud-based workload and their adherences to best practices. This ensures that you're given a full suite of recommendations to ensure that your application is best suited to fully leverage its new cloud infrastructure. To give a lay of the land, NeuVantage renders two architectural diagrams, one that represents the application's current state and another that represents the modernized infrastructure within Microsoft Azure. These diagrams can be downloaded as full-resolution PNG files for inclusion in reports or distribution among internal team members. Each graph is accompanied by a description that represents the life cycle of user interactions and data throughout the application's infrastructure. NeuVantage also generates a diagram of dependencies and their relationships to different areas and modules of the application, also downloadable as a full-resolution PNG. A breakdown of internal, external, north or southbound dependencies are listed as well. These lists show each dependency, where it is referenced, how they are referenced, and the current status within the codebase. Last but not least in our assessment, we encounter the Azure Services Recommended page, which presents a comprehensive list of the recommendation for Azure services that should be integrated into the modernized infrastructure. Each recommendation is accompanied by a cost, benefit, and complexity level associated with the migration of that resource, empowering you to make well-informed decisions regarding the order of service implementation. NeuVantage has not only measured the feasibility of our legacy application moving to modern infrastructure, but it's also compiled a plan for us to actually do so. By switching to the migration view, we can check out the artifacts and suggested timeline that NeuVantage has devised for us. This plan includes the risks that need to be mitigated, steps for containerizing our resources, and automatically generated artifacts for containerizing our environment into Docker containers that is orchestrated by Kubernetes. Bash scripts are compiled to make deploying these artifacts easy by prompting you for basic Azure authentication information and automatically deploying the required infrastructure into new containers. Finally, you can download a zip package that includes all of the artifacts alongside your original codebase, making it easy to download and execute the helper deployment scripts with anyone who has access to the assessment. So throughout this demo, we've seen how NeuVantage redefines what's possible in application modernization. In just a few short moments, we went from connecting our repository to uncovering deep architectural insights, identifying risks, defining a clear migration strategy, and even generating the deployment artifacts needed to bring that vision to life within Microsoft Azure. What used to take months of manual assessment, careful planning, and heavy documentation time now can happen within a fraction of that time period, with greater accuracy, consistency, and confidence. NeuVantage empowers both technical and business leaders with the clarity that they need to make the modernization's decisions faster and smarter for their business. From detailed cost savings and compliance evaluations, all the way to architecture visualization and automated Terraform generation, NeuVantage brings your modernization roadmap to life. Here at Simform, our goal is simple: to help organizations unlock the full value of the cloud by making modernization effortless, predictable, and measurable. If you'd like to learn more or explore NeuVantage assessment for your own organization, visit www.simform.com/contact to schedule a personalized demo. We'd love to help you make your next step into the modernization journey with Microsoft Azure. Thank you for taking the time to watch and enjoy the rest of your day.